Don't sell kava online. Here's why. First, I want to give a quick overview on what kava is. And it comes from the Pacific Islands. Kava actually means, I believe, in a Polynesian language, bitter. A brew or a tea is made out of the root, and the tea is drunk because it kind of gives a sedation effect, a relaxing effect. A lot of people take it, to reduce anxiety. So it kind of came very popular, I believe, about 10 years ago. The problem is in 2002, I believe there's several studies in many different countries citing potential liver damage and injury from kava and the consumption of kava. The FDA released a consumer advisory stating kava dietary supplements may be associated with severe liver injury. Now, it's been banned to this day by several countries, including the UK, Japan, and South Korea. Since then, I believe in about 2010, many scientists have criticized the poor quality of the reports showing that there's liver damage due to kava. In 2010, the Codex came out with a clinical trials to show that kava has not shown any potential risk for liver damage. So, and that's from my understanding from talking to people that are involved with kava and the sell of kava online, that those studies that initially reported in the early 2000s have since been debunked. Lots of other studies have shown that kava does not lead to liver damage. Although, however, the FDA's advisory is still been archived and pointed to. Now, in some of my other videos where I cover natural supplements like CBD and Kratom, I've mentioned this company. They're a third-party company. They're a privately owned company that holds a database to all the FDA's warnings, and they have their own flagging system. It's called LegitScript. Now, I'll eventually make a video covering LegitScript, like who they are, how they got started, and what role they play on the sale of supplements, prescription drugs, or over-the-counter drugs when it comes to the internet, and even something like telemedicine. They're pretty much the go-to company that is almost required by Visa and MasterCard to be used in order to regulate and monitor how merchants sell consumable products, over-the-counter drugs, and even how they ship out prescription drugs and what prescription drugs they are able to ship out. The FDA has not updated any of their information when it comes to kava. So LegitScript in its database shows all the countries where it's banned, and there's quite a few, I think it's about 5, and they also link the US as having an FDA consumer advisory stating that it might cause liver damage. And the FDA has not made any updates or retractions when it comes to the warning that they made and the studies that they're pointing to for the cause of liver damage. This has become a big issue for people trying to sell kava on the internet. Because we have to use LegitScript and we have to board or set up these accounts to be covered financially for risk and liability, a bank that covers the underwriting for these accounts will see that FDA warning and the flags from many other countries for kava and basically not want to accept payments for it or any business that's selling it. It's literally in the same category as kratom and CBD hemp oil, which again, like I said earlier, might as well just be illegal. I personally have seen and bought kava in Whole Foods. I've taken it. I didn't really see the benefits or the effects. Maybe I wasn't taking it in the right amounts, or there was a slight relaxation, but nothing too major. A lot of people on the internet and people that I've talked to tend to believe that there's a bit of a conspiracy. Again, I'm not going to state my opinion on whether they're right, but I kind of see their point. The pharmaceutical industry finds natural products that they can't own the patent to, such as CBD hemp, kava, or even kratom, against medications and prescription drugs that are already out there on the market that do the exact same thing that these natural remedies or plants are said to do. Kava is known to help with anxiety. You probably already know of a prescription drug out there. It's very popular. Unfortunately, a lot of the youth is taking this as a recreational drug. It's called Xanax. Xanax is very popular because of its sedative effect, and it's prescribed mostly for the relief of anxiety. I've read articles, and I'll post a couple pictures here of that kava can actually replace or be a natural alternative to Xanax. People think that there's a pharmaceutical conspiracy with the Visa and MasterCard or the banks that underwrite this to not allow merchants to sell kava online as a threat to that business. Banks hold investments or money that they do business with big pharmaceutical agents industry. They may not want to necessarily interfere with that business or allow other smaller businesses to sell a natural remedy which no one big company can actually own. And that's the problem with a lot of these natural supplements, is that many different businesses can sell these natural products, but no one can actually own it. Unlike prescription drugs, where you can hold a patent for a drug and you now own it, at least for a certain amount of years, and therefore you're guaranteed a huge return on your business. I don't have a guaranteed solution for you if you are trying to sell Kava. I've advocated in many of my other videos to look into using cryptocurrency as a way to accept payments for products that are basically banned by the credit card processing industry. That is still definitely something that I think is a good option. Unfortunately, it's not consumer friendly to use cryptocurrency to purchase, and it's not business friendly when it is to convert cryptocurrency back to cash to be able to run your business. But definitely look into that. I hopefully in the very near future will have banks that are willing to underwrite and set up businesses to selling Kava. I think out of the 3 big natural products out there that people want to sell on the internet, I think Kava probably has the best shot at actually making it to be easier to sell it and get approved to sell online, because of a lot of the rebuttal studies that are out there. Now we just have to find the right bank, and I believe I might have an option soon. So if you are in this predicament, you are trying to sell Kava, reach out to me. My email address is in the description box below, as with all my videos. If you have any questions or any kind of feedback, you want to correct me on something I might have gotten wrong, feel free to drop a comment. I appreciate all the feedback. And this has been Didactics with David Lopez. Thank you for watching as always.